All I'm saying is I just want to be treated like a human being. What in the shit? Just want to keep me drunk so I don't know what's going on around here, man.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Benny. Very much a preview of what probably happened at many of your Thanksgiving dinner tables. What is going on with our elections? Are they real? Are they not? Oliver Stone, legendary Hollywood director, is saying, no, I see no evidence that Joe Biden won the 2020 election. Hot damn, he said this on Bill Maher's show. Again, as we have said before, compliments to Bill Maher for simply platforming differing opinions. It doesn't mean he agrees with them, it just means they're having a conversation. Bill Maher had Candace Owens on the other day. Like, good. That's, like, honorable. I totally respect that. Like, this is really awesome, in fact. Like, we used to have conversations in this nation. And maybe you had conversations like this at your dinner table. I can't take Biden's word. Oliver Stone spars with Bill Maher as he says he doesn't know if Trump lost, right? Legendary director Oliver Stone sparred with comedian and podcast host Bill Maher after Stone said he does not know if former President Donald Trump lost the election. The duo were talking about the pandemic on Maher's podcast called Club Random. Stone was saying it was worrisome the Biden administration was forcing individuals to get the COVID injections. Maher contended that Trump is scarier since he believes the elections only count if he wins. Trump, he has still not yet conceded, says Maher. I mean, do you know for a fact that he lost? I'm just curious, Stone asked. Okay, you're going to make me, I don't know all the facts, says Stone. Well, I do. Is there a conspiracy you won't believe? Come on, Bill. You know I'm intelligent. So the clip is absolute gold. Check this out.
It's the concept of authoritarian government that is really bothering me, and I think it bothers you. This
authoritarian, yes, of course.
Biden saying, well, you know, we've got to take the vaccine, and you have.
Yes, that's one form of it. I would say the form that Trump is threatening us with is even worse, and
which is what?
Well, I mean, he doesn't
the whole
concede
thing.
elections. You know, the elections only count if we win theory of government.
Okay.
Well, come on, Trump he still has not conceded the election. He has not conceded. He does not honor the.
Okay, I mean, do you know for a fact that he lost? I'm just curious.
Okay, you're going to make me.
I just don't know all the facts because.
Well, I do. Is there a conspiracy theory you don't believe?
Oh, come on, Bill.
But Oliver,
you know I'm intelligent.
You know I'm intelligent. That's right. He is actually pretty intelligent. He's intelligent enough to make headlines like this. Says it was a mistake for voting for Joe Biden in 2020 because he fears President Joe Biden will start World War III with his support for Ukraine. Oliver Stone has come out saying, effectively, you're going to plunge the world into world war. Oliver Stone said that in a recent interview. Check this out.
This is a potential World War III. This is the same situation as World War I in a sense. If we don't stop this, what Biden is doing, this guy is, I voted for him. I made a mistake. I'm thinking that he was an old man now, that he would calm down, he'd be more mellow and so forth. I didn't see that at all. I see a man who maybe is not in charge of his own administration, who knows, but he's going to fall down somewhere. But it seems that he's dragging us stupidly into a confrontation with a power that's not going to give.
And it's certainly not the first time that Oliver Stone has brought a fact check to allegations about Russia. Oliver Stone went on CNN and caused a panic attack when he said to a host that Russia didn't hack the DNC, which is true, by the way. There's no evidence of that. Watch.
What do you make of the use of Russia in this election, including Russia being accused and suspected of hacking in to the American political system and potentially subverting the election process in the United States?
I think it's a great fiction, and it serves a purpose to disguise what's really going on. The intelligence experts that I've talked to have indicated to me that it's probably an inside job, and what's very important,
an inside job from where?
Often is it from the Democrats, from somebody who's worked at the committee,
hacking themselves,
or somebody who knows about it. Well, I'm telling you, I can't go into all that information, but the point is, haven't we missed the contents of what's been revealed?
Yes, this is Oliver Stone saying that the DNC hack was an inside job, not Russia, during the interview with CNN's Huffy and Fussy Christiana Alampier. Yeah. I mean, hey, listen. He's not wrong, right? And he's also not wrong saying that the Clintons blamed Russia for a dossier that they created on Donald Trump, talking about where that dossier actually originated from with Vladimir Putin. Watch.
The Clinton campaign accumulated the Steele dossier. They put together, they paid for it. That came from strange sources, the whole Steele dossier issue, and it comes through, some of it comes through Ukraine. They also went out of their way with the, it seems to me, with the CIA, with Mr. Brenner, John Brennan, and with Clapper, James Clapper, and Comey of the FBI. They all seem to have gotten involved, all the intelligence agencies, and in an anti-Trump way.
Ну, в их руках был административный ресурс, это ничего здесь такого неожиданного нет. Они использовали вот административный ресурс.
And they decided to use it.
Он всегда дает преимущество где-то, ну, в среднем, в таких странах США, некоторых странах Западной Европы, 2% как минимум.
2%? What are you talking about, 2%?
Да, ну, это примерно это мнение экспертов о том, что те, кто обладают административным ресурсом, у них всегда есть фора в 2%.
Well, you're not disagreeing. You're saying that it's quite possible that there was an attempt to prevent Donald Trump from coming into office with a soft, what I'll call it a soft coup d'etat.
В США?
Yes.
Ну, так это до сих пор происходит.
It is still happening.
So now let's talk a little bit of inconvenient truth when it comes to Bill Maher saying that the 2020 election was the most secure election in American history. We don't have secure elections in America. Let's make that a, that this is a first rule. Alcoholics Anonymous, right? You got to admit you have a problem. America has a major problem. We have massive election fraud and massive fraud in the 2020 election. In fact, because in the 2020 election, in places like Paterson, New Jersey, members of the Paterson, New Jersey City Council stole mail-in ballots from their ballot boxes, from the drop boxes, and ripped out the votes, casting votes for themselves and inserting them back into the ballots. That's a fact. This guy's being federally charged for that, along with a bunch of other charges that pertain to the 2020 election. So to say that this was the most secure election in American history is, of course, a bona fide lie. To say that we have secure elections in America is a lie. You can see here from the election fraud cases that there are a unbelievable preponderance of election fraud cases that are prosecuted all the time, everywhere. 2023 alone. This is 2023. Fraudulent use of absentee ballots. Illegal assistance at the polls. Altering the vote count. Ineligible voting. Fraudulent use of absentee ballots. Duplicate voting. Duplicate voting. On and on and on. In every state, by the way. Every state. West Virginia, Wisconsin, some red states, some blue states, Arizona. Ineligible voting. Ineligible voting. Fraudulent use of absentee ballots. Duplicate voted. Ineligible voting. On and on and on the list goes. And so to say, for Bill Maher to have this pretentiousness, to say, wait a second, I absolutely know, like, as a matter of fact, that there was no fraud in the 2020 election is just absolutely false. I mean, you can go back, of course, to the year 2020. It'll take us a while because there's actually so much fraud in this country. Here we go. Here's just 2024, just a small rap sheet here of 2020. Ineligible voting, ballot petition fraud, fraudulent use of absentee ballots, fraudulent use of absentee ballots, buying votes, fraudulent use of absentee ballots, illegal assistance at the polls, impersonation fraud at the polls, blah, 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 again and again and again. So what do you want from me? Like, election fraud does happen. And you know what? Bill Maher's not the first guy to actually learn about this or understand it or have a huge audience and talk to them about it. Unlike people like Joe Rogan, Bill Maher's just not intellectually honest enough to look at this data. Joe Rogan did. And on a recent podcast, Joe Rogan said, yep, fraud. It ain't zero. Watch.
How much election fraud do you think is real?
Here we go, Joe. You want to go to election fraud?
Yeah, because I don't think it's zero.
No,
It's
no
not
way.
zero. I think we could all agree it's not
No
zero.
way it's not zero.
And we know that these voting machines can be f***ed with.
Yeah.
And we know
Yeah.
that there's some irregularities, all that Kerry Lake stuff in Arizona
Yeah.
that they're trying to dismiss. It doesn't look like that's invalid. It looks like there's real fraud there. It looks like there's some real shenanigans there. At the very least, there was voting machines that weren't working properly, and it seems very suspicious that a lot of them were in Republican areas. There's a lot of shenanigans.